Hi. You have unlocked the teleportation spell. With this spell, you can teleport yourself in the direction of your aiming, but at the cost of 30 action points per teleportation. This spell may cause you to get stuck in places, you stupid dick. Use at your own risk. Oh! 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 Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh no! Oh shit! Oh! Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! No! I'm not very good at the teleportation. There we go. Suck it. Suck it, all of you. Bitches. Bitches be sucking it. Well, that was horrifying. The roaming gnome. Truly a horrifying. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay. Oh, he's gonna be a boss battle and he's gonna rip my face off. Okay, what else we got? We have like a bajillion spells, and I haven't gone over any of them. Sonic Blast. We've been using Shockwave, so I'll replace that with Sonic Blast. Barrier. That's that. That one wastes so much barrier though. I don't think it's worth it. Oh shit. Hi. Well, that's get him, Cuddles. Damn it, I'm out of points. Ow. Oh. I do like the flame one though. I think that's my favorite. Just because it works. It's just simple. There we go, boys and girls. And night vision actually is a really cool one. Gnome Chomsky. Coming at you. My Chinese assault rifle will be in tip-top shape, so that way I can throw it out at the end of this mod review. Noam Chomsky ain't got nothing on me. Alright, boys. Door's gonna open. Oh, there you go. Floor. Not a door, but the floor. That's what I said to the whore as she fell to her death. Secret trap in my bedroom. That's a song about me killing a whore in my bedroom with the secret underground trap. Okay. Welcome to the Steam Room, where Gabe Newell will give you things. Lower lab terminal access password. Games. That's what he gives out, guy. Doesn't give out things. Identity verification. Activate door. Begin to combination. Don't you forget to scream when I take out your spleen. Whoa. Noam Chomsky. Ooh, flashback. Flashback. Oh. Flashback. I've made a choice. I ate a cat. And now I know I'm really fat. Flashback. Okay. That's paper. Freeze! I don't have any weapons out, so I look defenseless. Oh, there's a whole bunch of people in there. That's where the people are that are crazy, and they think they're in hell. And that's where Keanu Reeves is. I'ma free him. So technically he is in the Matrix. Oh, Macarena.
He's still not yet powerful enough Give him another dose of jet. We've already given him more than he can handle. Any more may cause permanent neurological damage. We don't have a choice. We are running out of time here. Running out of time?
Hey, Steve.
What do you mean? Is there something we should know? I just got word that American forces have invaded China. They invaded our homeland already? Why didn't you say something? I didn't want to cause too much of an alarm, but we need to progress with
Steve,
this.
it's Circus Soleil. He's here.
Do that. We're going to have to find and lock Prometheus into the catalyst.
Steve, it's
Are you
Circus
sure
Soleil.
about this? There may be no going back. I understand that, but we are out of options. If that is what has to be done, then remember that what we are doing here is for the greater good.
No, it isn't. Holy sh...
What are you doing down here?
Who are you?
Before I answer any of your questions, I would like to first know why you have come down here.
What is this place?
Before I answer any...
I'm gonna keep asking you other questions. I'm here to kill any commie scum. I was just wandering around.
You couldn't have just easily wandered down here. You must be here for a reason.
I just want to know what the hell's going on.
What do you suppose you'll find by coming down here, then?
I know there's something hiding down here. I can feel its energy.
Then I guess there's no sense in hiding it from you. What you are feeling is the power of Prometheus.
Original name. So original. Prometheus, who's that?
I'll explain more to you up here, assuming that I can trust you. But for now, you're free to explore my laboratory. Just try not to cause any trouble.
Well, you got my promise, but Steve, he will shit the bed and start killing everyone. Steve! Steve, no! Bad Steve. Bad Steve. Steve, these Chinese men have given us the benefit of the doubt, and you're gonna start showing them your asses? Your multiple asses? Stay under the table. Steve, look, babe, I love you, alright? You gotta stay down here, because these... Alright, yeah, I know that's the man we gotta kill. Just give me a second, okay? Steve, just... Okay. Things looked like they were all trippy because I had my night vision on. Okay, I'm gonna leave Steve here, because I know he's gonna go apeshit and start ripping people's dicks off. Hey! I agree with that statement. Hey, what about you? Yes, that is a good counter-argument. And you, fine sir? Ooh, a third opinion. Wow. So, you know it's broken, right? Ooh, witty comeback. I like it. Oh, this is the mess hall! I'm gonna take your gun, bullets. Jesus Christ, you had 17 missiles? Jesus! You guys keep clean ship. That's all I'm saying. Alright, let's go talk to Circus Soleil. Excuse me, everyone. Just gonna lolly jump over you. This is where you sleep and poop. Totally agree with you. Oh, this is open now. I've come to kill you, and your red eyes of death. Oh, they're purple, never mind.
So you're here for answers, then? Well, let me first introduce myself to you. My name is Shirkum Shule. I was the head scientist who led Project Illuminati, which is likely the center for all of the unusual phenomena that has been occurring in this hotel.
What has been going on in this hotel?
It's a long story that begins with Project Illuminati.
Why are your eyes purple? Tell me about it.
Project Illuminati began long before the first war between China and America in Anchorage, Alaska.
There was a
It was
second
strictly
war?
meant for the purpose of spying on the Americans, but it involved a somewhat unorthodox means of doing so. It involved the use of psychics, Psychics who were capable of seeing through walls, who could see into the realms of one's mind, who could even expand their consciousness beyond their own physical body. The problem was that most self-proclaimed psychics were never capable of such abilities. But Prometheus, he was another story.
I'm listening, Ivanus. Tell me about Prometheus.
Prometheus was a psychic at birth, an original psychic, so to speak. He discovered his abilities when he was still just a child.
My God.
As you can imagine, he used his powers at his own discreet, often
Shit.
manipulating others and even matter itself.
Turning poop into
But
bananas.
once his powers became known to the public, it wasn't long before he was taken away from his family and to be studied and experimented on.
They stomped on
He
his
was
dick.
still only a child at the time.
Stomping on his dick. What kind of experiments was he put through? Treadmills?
The experiments involved putting him through a series of rigorous tests in order to get an idea of his abilities. Once we discovered his limitations, we began injecting him with drugs and other stimulants in an attempt to enhance his psychic abilities. But even with all the enhancements, we still needed to get him as close to the enemy in order for any of his abilities to prove useful. That's why we brought him here to the Bavaria Hotel, which was as close to the heart of the enemy as we could get him.
Wait, was he Chinese? Did he live in China? How, was he a Chinese kid?
Those were desperate times back then. I'm not proud of what I did, but at the time I believed that what I was doing was for the greater good.
Mm-hmm. The greater good?
Everything that I have done here was for my country and my people, but now I'm not even sure if any of it was even worth it.
Yeah, it's been like 200 years. The whole world gone to shit, so, no, it wasn't. What happened at the Bavaria Hotel? Did you have brunchkins?
The Bavaria Hotel.
Yes.
Where to begin? The Bavaria
Yeah.
Hotel was just one of the base of operations that Chinese spies had set up in D.C. back then.
Truly. There were other Chinese spies hidden throughout DCs?
Why yes, the Chinese have been dug deep in D.C. for quite a while.
My God.
They have taken over several comm stations and even the Mama Dulce's food processing plant.
Not Mama Dulces.
Once we've gotten Prometheus into the hotel, we began testing to see if his abilities could get us the results that we needed. But we realized that his psychic powers were still not strong enough to see into the walls of the Pentagon.
He had to be a Chinese kid. What was important about the Pentagon? Was it the shape?
Our intelligence suggested that the Americans were constructing some kind of super weapon within the Pentagon that they planned to use against China.
My
We
God.
needed to find out what it was, so we would already know ways of sabotaging it if the Americans ever tried deploying it on the battlefield. Not only that, but we would have the ability to learn the enemy's every move in advance. We wouldn't have another failure like we did back in Anchorage.
Well, you lost at Anchorage because we had sweet awesome power armor, and you guys don't know nothing about snow.
So we were tasked in finding other ways of increasing Prometheus' psychic strength. Even the drugs we injected him with were no longer sufficient. We discovered that his psychic powers could be strengthened by absorbing the thoughts and memories of others.
That's gross.
But in the process, it would seem that their very souls have become forever trapped within his psychic energy. For years, we allowed for Prometheus to absorb other people's minds, but the side effects of doing so had begun to jeopardize the hotel. It was causing people to go mad. At first, people began seeing things. They thought that the hotel might just be simply haunted. But then, people began to become more forgetful. Some couldn't even remember who they used to be. Then came the suicides. The Bavaria Hotel soon became known as one of the highest suicide locations in D.C.
Well then.
Finally, there were the homicides, where people had begun to lash out at one another in psychotic rages. And despite it all, the American government paid little attention to what was going on in the hotel.
Jesus
They
Christ.
assumed that the residents were merely suffering from stress-induced trauma caused by the current war with China. Virtually, they managed to overlook every single incident, except for one. It wasn't until a U.S. senator was found murdered in his penthouse suite that the American government would begin to finally pay any attention to what was really going on in the Bavaria Hotel.
The Bavaria Hotel. We have the best PR department ever. Hundreds of suicides, homicides, and a senator dead. You mean the U.S. senator who was murdered by a prostitute named Angel?
Yes, that's correct. How did you know that?
I'm Angel. I saw it in a flashback.
So it seems. Perhaps you possess the same psychic abilities that Prometheus has. Very interesting.
Quick, put that cotton candy in my eye. What finally happened at the Bavaria Hotel? Why have you been shitting in the basement for 200 years?
After the U.S. Senator was found dead, it took only a week before American forces came barging into the lobby of the hotel.
Barge.
He finally realized that something suspicious had been going on at the hotel, and communism was their first culprit that they suspected. Immediately, they began rounding up the residents and interrogating them in an attempt to flush us out. Some of us attempted to delay them through suicide bombing, but it was inevitable that they would eventually discover what we had been hiding. Then Prometheus would end up in the hands of the enemy. I couldn't allow for that to happen, so I made the only choice that I thought I had. I had shackled Prometheus, which gave him full access to his powers, but consequently left me with no control of what he did with them.
Why didn't you just shoot him in the face?
I thought about it, but everything we worked for would have been for nothing. I
Douchebag.
couldn't have just destroyed the thing that I spent the last 13 years creating.
You're right.
Let's just say that I had a sentimental attachment to him.
You're right, never mind. Continue.
I don't think I ever realized just how powerful Prometheus had become. Because when I had shackled him, a surge of power shook the entire hotel. That for a moment I thought he was going to bring this building down to the ground, but instead he did something far more inhumane. He turned the entire hotel into a killing frenzy. Men, women, children, everyone just began killing one another.
Awesome.
It didn't end until the amount of power Prometheus had surged into the hotel eventually caused the fuses to blow out, plunging the hotel into darkness and leaving Prometheus in a dormant state. It remained that way for over 200 years. That was, of course, until someone restored power back to the hotel and awoken Prometheus from his slumber. I can only presume that that was your doing.
Well, someone's got to do something. You're just dicking around, dickbag. It seems like you're trying to do more than just spying on the Americans. What?
Why, what do you mean by that?
I don't exactly know. I think you're trying to use mind control on the residents. Dickbag.
Perhaps so, but what's your point?
I don't really know. I'm just kind of following. You said that the Project Illuminati was strictly for spying on the Americans.
Yes, this is true, but think of the possibilities. We could have made people protest the war, or rebel against their own government. We may even have been able to force the American president from ever using their launch codes and preventing an all-out nuclear war. I made a choice that I thought would save the world and make me a hero. But now, even my own country would see me as a traitor for what I did.
Actually,
There's nothing that can be done to undo the past. You just have to live with the mistakes that have been made.
I'm pretty sure in Fallout lore, they don't tell you who launched first. It's just kind of like, yep, we're dickbags. Where can I find Prometheus? I want to shoot him in the dick. How have you survived down here for so long, ass face? Why hasn't Prometheus' powers affected you anyway, dickbag?
This lab was specifically built.
Dick. How have you survived for so long?
We had enough food supplies down here to last us centuries, even though I never actually. It
Doesn't.
turned out that all of our food supplies had come from the Momo Dulce's food processing plant, which had all been contaminated with radiation.
Alright.
He is deep underground in a catalyst that was designed to channel his powers. He's been in there for so long that it would likely kill him if he ever tried to leave his container.
Good. What if I wanted to shoot? No, I'm not gonna have goddamn fish and chips with
There
them.
is a terminal in front of Prometheus' container. Now, supposing that he just doesn't tear you to pieces the moment you get anywhere near him, that terminal could be used to purge his container.
You wouldn't care if I kill him, bro?
Not one bit. I've had enough of this place that I no longer want to be a part of anything that goes on in here. I'm just glad that the power is back on so that we can finally leave this place.
Oh, you couldn't get access.
Here, I'll even give you the key to the door that leads down to where Prometheus lies. Take these as well. I call them spirit grenades. They're what I use to keep those phantoms that Prometheus summons away.
Yeah, I don't need
Although
your
these
hooky
grenades are
dookie.
harmless to the living, a single one of these grenades can dispatch an entire room of phantoms instantly. You're going to need all the help you can get if you think you can take on Prometheus.
Thank you.
Now that I've answered all of your questions, may I ask you something?
Sure, bro. Go on.
Why might you want to kill Prometheus?
Why the hell wouldn't I? What a stupid question. I want to free the souls of the people who've been trapped in Prometheus. I want to absorb more of Prometheus' powers. Just want to put him out of his misery. I was just curious whether he could be killed or not. I'd like to keep... I want to free the souls, bro.
Why would you think that there are people's souls trapped in Prometheus' energy?
You literally just said it.
I was speaking metaphorically. I don't actually believe there are souls trapped in his energy.
Well, let's metaphorically put my dick in your mouth. But I even spoke to some of the people, bro.
What you spoke to were the personalities of the people that Prometheus had captured. He was just pretending to be those people when he spoke to you.
Oh.
Truth is that the people who died here no longer exist. Only their memories still exist within Prometheus' energy.
So that's their souls. Do you know a man Lieutenant Reynolds wants you dead?
I assume he must be a part of the remnants of America's government.
I guess.
Even after 200 years of a nuclear apocalypse, they continue to hunt me down. I guess war just never changes. I suppose he sent you to find me.
Yeah, Purple Eyes. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do yet.
It's probably best that you don't get involved with this. Politics never lead to anything good.
Alright.
Later.